The Supernovas are coming off a strong performance on Friday night, sweeping the Vegas Thrill, and today they look to keep that momentum going against the 8-11 Grand Rapids Rise. Settle in for a Sunday matinee showing of Supernovas volleyball. From the CHI Health Center in Omaha, we have Professional Volleyball Federation action as it's a rematch of last year's title game between the Grand Rapids Rise as they travel to take on the defending champions Supernovas of Omaha. And hello again, everyone, and welcome to Omaha, along with former Olympian Nancy Metcalf. I'm Larry Putney. Great to have you with us as we get set for a Sunday matinee between the Rise and the Supernovas. Supernovas won this battle last year to take home the title, and one of the players on that team returns tonight to face them.
Yes, Paige Briggs-Romine is very familiar to Omaha fans. She played with this franchise last year. She's always been a good part of the community. I think the community embraced her last year, so they're excited to see her again this year. She's a huge part of the Grand Rapids offense. In their last match, she had 56 swings and came away with 17 kills, so they're depending on her a lot for offense right now.
Supernovas have been depending on their middles a lot this year. One of those, Caitlin Horde.
Caitlin Horde has been a huge part of Omaha's team this year. She is not only leading the league right now in blocks and a huge part of the defense that way, but she's serving so well for Omaha. She had 3 aces in their last match when they swept at home on Friday.
Supernovas lead the league. They come in at 13-5 on the year. They take on the Rise here at home and try to stay atop the PVF standings. We're ready to go here from the CHI Health Center. Cam Turner will start it off for the Rise. Right on spot. Ford does not terminate. Bump set outside. Here's Nunneviller's first swing into the block. And it is out, and point for the Novas.
We see a lot of patience already in this first play of the game, Larry, that both teams are coming out. They're making some defensive plays. They're picking the ball up, staying patient. Brooke Nunneviller doing what she does best, seeing the block and finding a way to use it.
Well, we mentioned the improved serving from Caitlin Horde. She will start it off for the Novas. Just has had so much movement on that serve as of late. Off the block, great one-handed up by Valentine Anderson. Tipped around, and Horde sends it over. Opportunity here for the Rise. Swing is long, point, Omaha.
Some nice scramble plays there by Omaha, trying to keep the ball in play. Some out-of-system sets getting a little tight. Brooke Nunneviller there making a really smart shot off the block to keep it alive and give her team another shot. They end up scoring the point with an error from Grand Rapids.
The value of just recycling sometimes, right?
Yes, that's such a smart, experienced player type of move, and Brooke Nunneviller is one of the best at that I've ever seen.
Kaylee Nelson with the kill there. Nelson out of Salem, Oregon, played collegiately at Washington. She's starting at opposite. In the middle, no doubter there from Kayla Caffey, the former Tiger, Husker, Longhorn, now playing for the Supernovas.
Yes, and I like to see Nati get the middles involved really early here, going quick, getting Kayla some success, get her in rhythm, get her started going, and hopefully that continues then throughout the match.
Boy, great push out to the pin, and Briggs Romine with the tip right over the block.
Paige Briggs Romine, they're seeing really good vision, I think, knowing that she's got the block coming over Nati, who's a shorter blocker. She's got a lot more open court than you typically would with a bigger blocker, and she's a very smart player there, tipping it right over the block and making the back row pursue.
Back row tip again, good hustle and up by Gomez. That goes off the block, and Payne with the kill.
Great pursuit there by Camila Gomez, picking up that tip ball, giving Nati Valentine Anderson a really nice play to work with there. Feeding out to their opposite here, coming out of the back row in the D. And Kelsey Payne is just such an extensive player. She extends for that ball, and she has sharp angles when she's hitting, coming down on the ball.
That D set there we were talking about in practice earlier. Coach Bird said that Payne on that D set put one inside the 10-foot line from, I mean, you know how high you have to be able to do that?
Those angles are absolutely insane, and to try and dig a ball like that is just crazy. So the fact that Kelsey Payne can do that is incredible, and a great attribute to her athletic ability, but also to Nati to get her a ball she can take a swing like that on.
Good start for the Novas. They're on top 5-2. Tough swing down the line by Nelson. Great dig. Here's Cooper with the swing off the top of her head. Did not come back over. And the block successful for the Rise.
There's some good chase there, too, by Omaha, trying to keep that ball alive. I think it popped up accidentally more than anything, but it's good effort, and that's the hustle that a coach likes to see, especially early in a match. It sets the tone for the match quite often for a team.
First service error of the match you saw momentarily there. There she is, Kathy George. Second season with the Rise boys. She is the longtime head coach at Michigan State. Big Ten volleyball fans will recognize Coach George. All-time winningest coach for the Spartans. Back-to-back points here for the Rise. And there's Bastianelli, former Big Tenner herself.
Here we can see Allie Bastianelli again going behind. She's so successful on that slide attack. She sees the block well. She's got one-on-one with the blockers, able to turn it around and eventually end up with a point.
Cooper with the angle, nice dig. Turner sets back row. Another swing by Romine, not down. What an up. Nunneviller with a one-hander. Sends it back over. From beyond the 10-foot line. Kept alive, good hustle, nice job defensively. On the slide, Bastianelli pushes it over, not down. Payne into the block. Payne again, and that time the block is there. Snyder got the hand on it and put it away.
That's a nice block move by Grand Rapids there, just holding in their place and getting over. That ball is high, and Kelsey Payne is a little bit early, so she's not as dynamic as she is when the ball's in front of the 10-foot line a little bit further and quicker. She can explode to the ball.
Well, those are the rallies at home in front of the home crowd. You win one of those, all of a sudden the momentum shoots up about 50 notches.
It does. The team can feed off the energy of the crowd, and on a big rally like that where there are some spectacular defensive plays, that can really amp up the crowd's energy and feed back to the team.
Back-to-back blocks by the Rise. That one by Bastianelli, who's the all-time block leader for the Fighting Illini. That goes off the side of Bastianelli's hand. Good swing and a kill by Caitlin Horde.
And Nati Valentin-Anderson, again, getting to her middle when she can. I like it that they're establishing that early. That can set the tone for the match and cause Grand Rapids to have to at least think about the Omaha middles in transition.
Between Caitlin Horde and Kayla Caffey, two dynamic middles for this Supernovas team. What great pace there out to the pin. Bastianelli right on top of it for the kill.
And Cameron Turner's doing a nice job for Grand Rapids of setting Allie Bastianelli a quick set behind on that slide, keeping her in rhythm and in tempo so that Bastianelli can explode up and get those kills.
What a fantastic set. Back row, Nunaviller not down. Good up by Nelson. Right back to Nelson off the top of the block. Payne with the swing, not down. Valentin-Anderson goes right out to the pin and off. It does go off the block, and Kelsey Payne gets the kill.
And we saw another few nice digs there from Camila Gomez had some, Brooke Nunaviller had some. Both teams right now are doing a pretty good job of being in good positions and getting some balls up that are really hard hit, keeping the extending the rally and keeping the play going longer.
Good up by Gomez. Ran the middle again. Turner on two, tried to put it down. Tipped into the block by Nunaviller. And a kill. That's Snyder from the left pin.
Carly Snyder there doing a really nice job. That set was a little bit inside. She saw that the block was moving in with her. She was able to chop that ball back down the line. And that's a tough angle for Nati Valentin-Anderson to dig.
Snyder played for Mary Wise at Florida. She's a three-time All-American prior to her pro career. Yep, no doubter on the overpass. Nunaviller there to put it away.
I like that Brooke Nunaviller's aggressive on that overpass. She doesn't tip it back, make it a playable ball. She goes up and rips into that thing and attacks it. But that's all set up by a really aggressive back row attack by Reagan Cooper. Nati Valentin-Anderson right now getting everybody involved in the offense, and that is so important to keep the team balanced.
Horde of the dig, sends it back over. And another dig by Horde. Payne, is it in or out? It is out, just wide. Payne had open court there, right idea, just missed the line.
Yes, it was a great idea. Some really nice digging by the Omaha middle backs so far in this match. Horde there with popping up two in a row. Kelsey Payne, great reaction. I know what she wanted to do. She just missed a little wide, but it was a great idea.
And a great look there from the Bolt 6 system is being used by the Professional Volleyball Federation in all venues. Just the speed at which these decisions are made are so much better than what you might typically see in the college game.
Well, and it leaves no doubt. The answers come back quick, and they're very definitive. There's no questioning if the call was right or not.
Great coverage there by Gomez. Sitting right behind Nunaviller, waiting. Payne again into the block. Spins around, keeps it alive. Good hustle. Gomez does not get it back over.
That's a tough angle for Camila Gomez. I like the coverage on that ball. The team is ready to cover when Kelsey Payne's attacking. Great hustle by Camila Gomez. It's just a little bit too far.
Camila Gomez has been all over the place here early. Lots of options, goes to the slide. The block is there. Good up. Oh, Gomez did not get it in though.
Right now, Grand Rapids block is doing a really nice job of staying disciplined, and they're getting a lot of good touches and block backs because of that. Omaha hitters need to keep focusing on seeing the block and hitting angles, tooling it off the block out of bounds, not pulling it down into the block. Bastianelli
not down. the angle, it is wide, Point Novas.
And that's a little bit of a gift for Omaha, I think, because Paige Briggs-Romine was going after that one. She had a pretty wide open net going cross court, which is, I think, her favorite shot. And just misses a little bit wide, but staying aggressive.
Brooke Nuneviller now to serve. Throw attack, dig by Payne. Nuneviller, same swing, and Nuneviller terminates.
Great dig there by Kelsey Payne. Again, staying in position, being ready for the defense. Here we can see the ball coming back. Kelsey Payne pops it up to Nati. Great feed to Brooke Nuneviller, who sees the block, cuts around it back to the right back of the court.
How about that set? And I believe it's in. It is. How about that set and kill from Caffey?
That is a very non-traditional volleyball play, but I think just great court awareness, great hustle, find the ball, find a way to get it over and keep it in play. And Kayla did a great job finding the court.
Look at that by Valentine Anderson. And Caffey just stuck with it. Tipped by Nuneviller. Good job by Bastianelli to keep that alive. Caffey again off the block. Caffey with the kill.
Kayla Caffey showing a lot of success right now offensively, which hasn't always been the case every game for Omaha. So it's good to see her getting started early and getting some kills off the block here. But I'm really impressed with Kelsey Payne's defense. She's had several digs already today.
4-0 run here for the Novas on the serve of Nuneviller. Bastianelli, that looked wide. Must have had a touch there and point for the Rise. It was right on the line.
It's a nice swing by Bastianelli. And again, Cameron Turner getting her that ball quickly in good tempo, giving her something to swing at.
Cooper on target. Cooper full swing.
It's a nice swing. I like the tempo by Nati Valentine Anderson there, feeding the ball. We see it again here. Feeding the ball to Reagan Cooper in tempo, giving her some speed on that set to allow Reagan to explode up and get after that ball.
Tough serve there. They'll go right back to the slide, and once again, Bastianelli delivers.
I think that's Ali Bastianelli's bread and butter. She's got that slide tempo, and she's got a really good connection with Cameron Turner on that ball. They're going to use that often if they can, because they have a lot of success doing that.
Bastianelli, a former first-team All-Big Ten performer back in 2017. She actually led the Illini to the Sweet 16 that year. And right now, the Novas with the lead by 3. Laura Bird-Kuhn, the second-year head coach. Of course, she wasn't originally the head coach officially was named head coach in July of 24 after they won the league title. And she's just done a remarkable job with this. And she refuses to call it a young team, right? Or refuses to call it, she just says it's different.
She does, because it's a mentality. I think it becomes more of a victim mentality. If you say, well, we're young, that gives you an excuse for things that don't go right. And I don't think she wants the team to feel that way. I think she wants them to feel like when you step on the court, you have to play like you're a 15-year veteran. You have to understand it, know what your role is, and do that for your team, fulfill your role, do your job. And so she doesn't want to call it a young team because she doesn't want to give them that out. And I think that that mentality wears off on the players, too. They feel that, and they start to understand and see it that way as well. But she's done a really good job. I think part of it is just in how she connects with her players and the relationships she's developed as well.
You saw the list of the rookies there, and also, you know, not just that, but 13 of the 16 with 3 years of pro ball or less. It certainly is a youth movement for the Supernovas, but it's worked for them. 13-5 on the year, game and a half in front of the Valkyries. The Rise this year at 8-11, sitting in 6th and really battling for one of those final 4 spots that will make it to the PVF championships. 4th service error for the Rise.
And talking about the PVF championships, at this part of the season now, teams are starting to look forward and say, here's what has to happen. The bricks have to lay this way for us to get where we want to be and to be in a good position. So right now, they're starting to look at every match, and every match matters, and results count now.
Nunaviller with the left hand, kind of swipes it off the block to reset. Payne, well, you can see how heavy of a ball Payne hits and why she's in the rotation here at that opposite. We saw Kill when we were talking earlier, where she went cross-court long, but with enough heat that it was so hard to handle, led to the Supernovas' point.
Yes, she hits a heavy ball, and she has a fast arm, so it pops off her hand so quickly. But the height and the height that she can jump lets her hit from such a high angle that it changes the angles for the defenders as well.
Once again, Gomez right there with the coverage. And again, that went over the block and inside the back line on the swing by Payne.
Well, and that's just a really nice swing by Kelsey Payne, seeing that block, finding high edges of the block. Here we see it again. She's going to come up, go right over that inside hand of Carly Snyder, and she finds the seam between the defenders in the back and gets a kill.
Into serve now for the Supernovas. Omaha native, Nebraska native, Lindsey Krause. Good tip. Snyder with another kill. She's been effective here in set number 1 for the Rise.
That's a nice location by Carly Snyder. I think if we watch the replay here, Kelsey Payne was there. I think she could have made that play. She wishes she had that one back because she read it, she saw it, she was moving across the court, just didn't pop the ball up. But a very well-placed tip by Carly Snyder. Another smart play.
Overpass. Good touch there by Kathy.
That's a great reaction play by Kathy to see it happening and jump back in and block when she's getting ready to attack.
Opportunity here. Valentine Anderson goes behind. Payne off the block and another kill for Kelsey Payne.
There's a little wrinkle in the Omaha offense there. They run Kelsey Payne on a shorter ball closer to the setter instead of all the way back to the pin. That allows her to get inside the ball and turn it off the outside hand and get a point off Paige Briggs-Romines' outside hand, tooling it out of bounds.
Great tip. Spun around to keep it alive by Valentine Anderson. And it leads to a point. Wow. What a great save by Valentine Anderson.
That is such a veteran play. As the longer you play, coaches start teaching blockers. You go up, you turn and find the ball, and Nati Valentine Anderson does it perfectly. Sees the ball coming over, realizes I'm one-on-one blocking, so my right back has to be back digging, comes in and is able to play that ball up for her team.
21-16, timeout taken by Kathy George and the Rise. Novas with the lead.
Midwest Text experience at Supernovas and the Athletes, and all of the top-bound Omaha Supernovas coaches show every Tuesday. Make sure to check out the cornerkickcantina.com.
5-point advantage for the Novas, and they are 4 away from taking set number 1. There is Bird, or Coach Bird. The ace, back line, got it.
Such a nice driven ball by Kelsey Payne. Hits it flat. Grand Rapids backs out of the way thinking it's going long, and it drops on the end line. Here we can see the replay from the Bolt 6 right in front of the line. That's such a great location for a serve.
This is the 4th, 5th game we've done this year on Nebraska Public Media. And every time when we talk with Coach Bird before, she raves about Kelsey Payne and says she could be a difference maker. Her first tempo ball, how she is in the gap, she is dynamic. We're really seeing that here in her, one of her few starts.
Yes, I think Kelsey Payne was kind of finding her rhythm earlier in the season, getting used to the setters and their tempos, and the setters getting used to her and figuring out what kind of the ball she needed. As the season gets going on further, now they're connecting better. You're starting to see it pay out in how she's performing in the games.
Played her collegiate ball at Kansas. She's originally from Austin, Texas. And a point for the Rise.
That's a nice serve by Alyssa Jensen. She's serving for Grand Rapids, and again, hitting that ball flat. For a server, a flat serve is so effective because it's harder for the passers to determine where it's going to come down to passing height.
Great hustle. Wow. Valentine Anderson to keep that alive. And then the great setter dump by Cam Turner.
That's a really smart play by Cam Turner, knowing Omaha is scrambling, but what a save by Valentine Anderson. Hustles over to the sideline, is right up against the scoring table here, trying to save that ball up for her team. That kind of hustle also wears off on your team. She is affecting her teammates and showing them we need to go for every ball. That's the kind of leadership Omaha's looking for.
You see the game right now is the service error just wide. Into the game for the Rise is Devin Robinson. Devin Robinson just recently picked up. She was released by San Diego, picked up right away by the Rise, and here she is in her first match with Grand Rapids.
Yeah, she's a recent addition to Grand Rapids, and we weren't sure if she was able to play or not, if they had activated her, if she was on the practice roster. Comes in and is quickly leaving again now, but you can see they're asking her. She's got to be ready to make a contribution.
Nelson with the serve into the net, and that will do it. The Novas take set number 1, 25-20, and they cruise. Supernovas continue to keep it rolling here in Omaha. They take set 1.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrifying. The action is non-stop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
From club or high school courts to championship arenas, Spalding has been the trusted partner of volleyball players for generations. Our team of dedicated professionals isn't just about selling equipment, we're about supporting your journey. Spalding offers a comprehensive range of high-performance systems, nets, and accessories meticulously crafted for every skill level, budget, and playing style. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Spalding's knowledgeable staff will guide you, equip you, and cheer you on every step of the way.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrifying. The action is non-stop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
To 20, 6-1 service errors. Grand Rapids more than Omaha. Hey, we've got volleyball royalty in the house tonight. There is Ray Bouchard, former Kansas head coach, 27 years on the bench with the Jayhawks. Best winning percentage in program history, and just this year retired at the end of the season. His replacement will be Matt Ulmer. Matt was head coach at Oregon and is now taking over the Jayhawks. Ray did such a good job of building a foundation there at KU, and you just anticipate that Matt taking over, that program is just going to continue to grow.
I agree. Ray was so phenomenal in what he did at Kansas, building that program up and getting success. Yeah. And the connections that Ray has to several people here today are pretty intricate too.
Right.
Between Coach Kuhn, but there's also 3 players on Omaha's squad: Reagan Cooper, Kelsey Payne, Toyosi Onabanjo. They all played at Kansas. And then Cameron Turner, the setter for Grand Rapids. So he's getting to see some familiar faces as well.
One of his former players right there. When they were handing out the volleyballs at the beginning during the introductions, 2 of the players ran them over and gave them to Coach Bouchard and his wife. It was cool to see.
That was a nice touch. And I think it shows the relationship and the connection they have with him as well.
Okay. So here we go in set number 2 on the slide. Bastianelli gets the first swing of set 2. Kelsey Payne not down. Turner will go behind, and not sure it cleared the net, but Nunavilla was there either way, and point for Omaha.
That's a nice block setup by Brooke Nunavilla. I actually liked her first block touch even better. Bastianelli's hitting that slide again, and Brooke does a really good job of staying in place, getting a good touch that her team can make a play off of.
Slide again, Bastianelli with the tip this time from the backside. Nice defensive play and up. Romine, and another point for the Supernovas on back-to-back blocks.
Kelsey Payne coming across on that Bastianelli slide, picking up that tip. It's important, I think, to set the tone and get that one early to let Bastianelli know that ball's not open, so she has to find something else if she wants to score.
Little tight, and Caffey with the joust against Turner. Rolled over, good up. Payne off the touch of Bastianelli. The back row push, sent back. Turner, great job on the center dump by Turner.
That's a smart play by Cameron Turner, just knowing the play is scrambling, and she sees the open court in the middle of the court here. She's one of those setters, I think, who's very aware of where the blockers are before she contacts the ball, so she knows what's going to be open either for herself or for her hitters.
7th service error of the match for the Rise. You might have heard earlier we said 6-1. There were 6 service errors by the Rise in that first set. 1 by the Supernovas, equaling the difference in set 1, 5 points. Bastianelli.
Good awareness there by Allie Bastianelli, and the ball kind of ping-ponging around on Omaha's side. In a play like that, it's so important for players to just calm down, stay composed, make the next play.
And right back at you, says Valentine Anderson on the center dump. Open campfire there.
A lot of times setters, it seems like they kind of play off of each other. One setter scores, A few touches later, the other setter's going to try it because they're kind of trying to even the score a little bit and keep both teams, I think, honest on defense, protecting that middle before they release for whatever attack is coming.
Good hustle by Turner. Good block touch. Valentine Anderson pushes out. Cooper got the kill. Reagan Cooper.
Really nice swing there by Reagan Cooper on the outside, keeping that ball high, not pulling it down into the block, but going high fingers on this block touch, finding the seam in the block, finding a hole in the court. Nice defense by Brooke Nuneviller on that first contact, though, to get the ball started.
Cooper's game has continued to elevate this year. She was the Rookie of the Year, essentially the equivalent of a Rookie of the Year last year when she played for the Columbus Fury. And she's been one of the key outsides for the Supernovas this year, along with Nuneviller. Had 8 matches consecutively where she put down double-digit kills. Nuneviller out of the back row into the triple block. Boy, nowhere to go there for Nuneviller as 3 were up and ready.
Yes, all 3 blockers for Grand Rapids doing a really good job there, staying in, waiting, being ready, knowing Nati has the tendency to use Brooke Nuneviller out of middle back. I think that was a really smart blocking play by them. They can close to the outside if they have to, but staying in the middle so they can get all 3 up on Brooke makes it really tough because there's not a lot of court for Brooke to see.
Wide, but boy, what an explosion out of the back row. You see the explosiveness of Payne on that swing.
Yeah, she's so athletic and she jumps so high. She's going after it. She misses that one wide, but another really aggressive attack by her.
Good tempo there. Looking for the deep corner and found it and got the kill.
That's another kill for Carly Snyder out of left front again. Cameron Turner right now doing a really nice job getting the ball to Carly Snyder quickly on a faster tempo go. That allows Carly Snyder to find holes in the block and find the floor.
Just the second lead of the match for the Grand Rapid Rise. Into the block again. 5-0 run for Grand Rapids.
And this run right now is fueled. Grand Rapids is having some really good block touches and making nice block moves where it allows their defense to set up and get positioned well. Omaha needs to get a side out here, find a ball that they can put away, and get some of these points back, get the momentum back.
Terrific save, good hustle to keep it up. Kathy will close it out though.
Nice chase there by Grand Rapids to run down that free ball, get a ball over the net to be able to give Omaha something to swing at. I like it that Nati finds Kayla behind. Kayla doing a good job turning it around Carly Snyder's block there to find the sideline.
Snyder's been really effective with that tip.
She has, especially in the second set. Carly Snyder's come on and been really effective early for Grand Rapids. But again, really good court vision and seeing where players are and what's available.
That is an aggressive swing that caught the tape.
Sometimes with jump servers, the coach will just give you the freedom to say, just go after it. And that can be really good for servers. It gives them more confidence, less concern, I guess, about where they're placing it. But when you're not having a great serving day, it's hard to get in rhythm as well if you're just going after it 100% every time.
Snyder with the overpass, put away by Caitlin Horde. That was Horde.
I think it was Reagan Cooper, but it was a nice serve by Nati Valentine Anderson to get that overpass, serving aggressive, dropping it in between passers.
Off the touch of Horde. Payne with the tip. Great up. Set out to Cooper off the top of the block. Turner, back row. Knocked down by Snyder. Good coverage. Into the block, a little tight. Not much to do with that one, but nice recycle. Hey, we got some defense here. And into the net, called on Grand Rapids.
The crowd cheering, appreciating the rally. There were some really nice defensive plays, some scramble plays to save the ball, to keep it in play. Great blocking moves by both teams. Just court awareness, finding the ball, finding the court back.
So
Grand Rapids disagrees.
They will, Kathy George will challenge, saying there was no net touch.
From where we're sitting, I couldn't see the net moving, but sometimes it's so small, it's pretty hard to see.
See if it's on the, yep,
oh,
there, that left hand. Left hand caught the bottom on the way down.
Pretty good vision by the top referee to see that quickly.
Yeah, should not take long.
Especially because the second referee now is behind the scorer's table, so there's nobody helping with that kind of stuff at the bottom of the net, which typically a second referee would be finding. They're showing it on the overhead screens here, and the crowd is reacting. They see it. They know that Omaha is going to retain that point.
So it will stay point Omaha.
Not Valentine Anderson serving it. She's had a nice run of serves for Omaha. Kind of picking on Carly Snyder again, yes. Going forward, then going deep, and going forward. They call it yo-yoing the passer.
Off the block and out, point for Grand Rapids.
Nice kill there by Paige Briggs-Romine. Going up, finding the block, tooling them cross court, which is the longer shot to tool them.
Jensen in with the serve, and it is long.
Grand Rapids right now is really going after their serving, and I think it's because they realize if they give Omaha too easy of a ball and serve reception, Omaha's offense is very potent, so they're trying to get them out of system. Right now, it's paying off with more service errors than they want, but they have to stay aggressive to keep Omaha out of system as much as they can.
Grand Rapids.
10-all here in set number 2. Supernovas won the first 25-20. Served by Nelson. Novas, was there a touch? No, it is long. And point for the Rise.
Some of the Supernovas players there were calling for a touch, but not the whole team. And it was just long. So close.
Boy, how quick was that arm swing? Briggs-Romine with the kill.
And that's an arm swing Omaha fans are familiar with.
Yeah.
She does such a good job going up quick, seeing the block inside, and just curling that ball across her body down the line. Quick snap on that arm swing brings that ball down really quickly.
And again, Briggs-Romine with the kill. And Grand Rapids has opened up a 3-point lead. They're on top 13-10 here in the second.
That's a tough ball because that ball's passing so close outside the forearm of Kelsey Payne that vision for Nati Valentine Anderson is a little bit difficult because it's kind of coming from behind the block, from hiding a little bit. So she's struggling right now to dig that ball down the line.
Service error by Horde. And now Briggs-Romine back to serve. Romine's been playing pro ball since 2008. Out of the back row. And a point for the Rise. Ball's right in front of the Supernovas.
It does. Omaha's block there is lined up in the right spot, but their block is not reaching over the net, and the ball is able to sneak down on their side of the net. As a blocker, it's so important to get over the net so any ball you touch is going down on your opponent's side.
Ooh, that's a wind up and pound by Cam Turner with the kill.
That is a lefty swing. Here we can see it again. Great pass by Carly Snyder. It looks like she's setting Cameron Turner up for the kill.
Turner with the kill, and the Rise with their largest lead of the match. They're on top by 5. Back here in Omaha from the Bob Carey Bridge, looking back into downtown Omaha. 3,000-foot walkway connecting the Iowa side to the Nebraska side, and right down here by the arena that the Supernovas call home, CHI Health Center. 16-11 the score, and it's been Rise slowly pulling away here in the second. Block has been dominant. Serving has been a little bit more aggressive and not as high error. Snyder not down. Out of the back row, Cooper. Good dig by Nelson. And just off the block of Kelsey Payne. Point for Omaha.
Some nice digs there on both sides of the net. Both teams digging in on defense and just kind of doing their job. Carly Snyder there a little too tight with that set. She didn't have much to do with it. And I think Kelsey Payne did a really nice job of just being disciplined and not reaching and swinging and moving all over. She just stayed over the net. So anything that touched her came back down on the Grand Rapids side.
Mac Pedraza in to serve now. Left-handed tip. Good hustle by Pedraza and back over from Nunaville. But Bastianelli just to it too quickly with one blocker in front of her. Bastianelli closes that out.
Here you can see Bastianelli on the slide. Again, one-on-one with Brooke Nunaviller. And Bastianelli does such a nice job seeing that, cutting it back across her body, cross court.
6 kills already for Bastianelli. Nunaviller, that's her 6th. Off the block.
It's a really nice set by Mac Pedraza, getting pulled off the net and a little bit low. She gets under the ball. She's able to get her hands on it. And anytime a setter can use their hands, their set is usually better. Brooke Nunaviller doing a great job closing out that play for the point.
Pineapple there. Or does it have to be deeper to be a pineapple?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Over the head, two-handed push by the setter. Great try by Turner. Point there for the Novas.
It was good effort. Reagan Cooper made a really nice job on that dump coming from Turner. She turned, spun off the net, and played it up for her team, and finishes the play there with a really nice swing for the kill.
Somebody's going to tweet at us and let us know if that was a pineapple or not.
Please enlighten us.
Swing wide, there was no touch. Point for the Novas, and the Rise want a challenge, and they'll get it. So Brianna Spain will go back into She'll go back into the monitor. There's Brianna Spain. Chatted with her on the way in. She got an upgrade on her rental car. She's pretty excited about it. She drove up in a nice Audi A5. She's pretty excited to get the upgrade.
I would be too. That's a great rental car. All three of the front row players for Grand Rapids immediately called for the touch. Usually when they're that adamant, they've seen something. Yeah. It's not just hoping.
Yeah, and you can see Cappy's reaction too. It was almost like, oh, this will probably be called a touch. Yep, it was a touch and point for the Rise. And there it is right there. Good challenge for Grand Rapids. And now Turner back to serve. Big point there, goes from a 2-point to a 4-point game. Off the block and out.
Matt Pedraza finding Kayla Caffey at the net, trying to feed her the ball, keeping her involved in the offense. With the double sub, we've got Emily Londot at right front right now. And so they're going to try to get a spark going for Omaha, get something to get this momentum back.
And all of a sudden, service errors have become an issue for the Supernovas. Jump serve by Snyder, off the tape. Pedraza. What a swing. Briggs Romine again.
And Grand Rapids is a heavy outside offensive team.
Yeah.
So they're asking Paige Briggs Romine and Carly Snyder to take a lot of swings. In the last match, they had 113 swings between the two of them in a 5-set match.
And the ace. And the Rise running away with set number 2. Well, look at that. That looks more like a slider.
It is. It's such an effective serve because it's also going side to side, but she's serving between passes, which can lead to miscommunications and kind of misstarts where somebody thinks they're taking it and it swerves away from them, and then it's not within reach anymore. She's feeling it right now. You can tell she's in a rhythm. She's feeling good. She's going after it, and she's in a groove.
Time out on the floor. Omaha wants to talk it over. They're down by 7. A Sunday matinee in the Professional Volleyball Federation. Aggressive serve of Snyder continues. Handled a little better that time. Londot, as you mentioned, in the match now, and Londot with the kill.
And they're going to challenge again that ball did, in fact, get played up, did not touch the floor. So we'll take another look at it.
So did any part of the ball touch the floor, or was the hand completely under it? See. Oh, that's up.
It's the second touch here that
No, this
you
one
can
here.
see it. I would say it touched the floor and her hand.
Yeah.
From this
From that angle. Yeah.
Well, if we could get in closer
Yep.
from our side of the court.
Oh, yeah.
And those are hard as a player because when it hits your hand, you're like, no, I played it, I felt it. But it can touch both, which makes it a floor touch.
Yes, it was up. All right, so from the angle, that second angle we saw, it did look like the hand was completely underneath it, and Brianna Spain agrees, so they're going to replay the point. Bear pushes outside, goes off the block, and another kill for Briggs Romine.
Grand Rapids, they're doing a nice job covering each other, playing the ball up, recycling, getting another swing. Paige Briggs Romine, a smart swing off the side of Emily Londot's arms for that kill.
Oh, what an up. Great job sending it back over.
That kill very decisive from Emily Londot. We've talked about how hard Kelsey Payne is hitting, but Emily Londot has a really heavy arm as well. She hits the ball with a lot of speed on it. If it's not going to hit the defender, they're probably not making a play to get that up either.
Kill from Nelson, and now Grand Rapids at set point here in the second.
Kaylee Nelson doing a really nice job there. Again, seeing the block, seeing hands, hitting the ball off the line, down the line. So it's not right on the line where the defender is. It's inside of that defender between the middle back and the line defender. It's a great shot as an attacker because it's hard for defenders to play a ball outside of their body.
Maren Grote now into serve at set point, and Caitlin Horde not quite yet.
Nice set by Mac Pedraza, getting to Caitlin Horde. Caitlin Horde, again, doing a good job being up and available for her setter, finding a hole between the blocker's hands, around the block, finding a way to find the floor.
From the middle, Bastianelli closes out set number 2. And we are even at 1 between the Rise and the Novas here in this Professional Volleyball Federation showdown. The Rise win it easily in set number 2, 25-17.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset.
She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the outside.
Did it all on my own, yeah. When they brought it back home.
What a final rally.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrifying. The action is non-stop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next.
Beautiful swing. Ball is blocked straight down. What a rocket out of the back.
Now they call my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat, tell them reset.
She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the outside.
Yeah, all on my own, yeah, when it brought it back home.
What a final rally.
From club or high school courts to championship arenas, Spalding has been the trusted partner of volleyball players for generations. Our team of dedicated professionals isn't just about selling equipment, we're about supporting your journey. Spalding offers a comprehensive range of high-performance systems, nets, and accessories meticulously crafted for every skill level, budget, and playing style. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Spalding's knowledgeable staff will guide you, equip you, and cheer you on every step of the way.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrifying. The action is non-stop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
One set apiece, the Rise and the Supernovas. Professional Volleyball Federation action. Paige Briggs-Romine has had a terrific match. 7 kills, 7 digs, 2 blocks, and really much more efficient there in set 2.
She was. She's been playing well for Grand Rapids, but in the second set, she turned it on. She had just 1 kill in the first set with 9 attacks. In the second set, she had 9 attacks again, but she had 6 kills, so she's terminating at a much higher efficiency rate. She also added a block, or 2 blocks in the first set, so she's been a big part of Grand Rapids like we expected.
Underway here, set number 3. Again, all even at 1 apiece, and right out of the gate, Snyder with the big block on that left pin, shuts down Caffey.
Carly Snyder making a really nice block move there, staying with Caffey on that slide, getting over the net in Caffey's face. You can see her arms over the net reaching for Caffey. It's a great block move.
Good pass by Cooper. Run the middle again, not down. Back row, Romine with the swing. Payne did not get a touch, and it's going to be point for the Rise.
That's a nice push by Nati Valentini-Anderson, trying to get the ball back to Kelsey Payne. Just goes a little bit too high, trying to find high hands on the block.
There's Reagan Cooper with the swing and a kill. Cooper's been a little quiet.
She has. In the second set, Reagan Cooper slowed down a little bit. She still actually was the leader in kills for Omaha. Omaha's offense just slowed down quite a bit in the second set. She still had 3 kills. But coming out quick with a kill right away now in the third.
Left-handed tip, Payne there. Back row, Nunaviller. Good swing again, and Briggs-Romine with another kill.
And again, Paige Briggs-Romine going up, seeing the block, cutting it back on the right side of the block, back towards left back on the Omaha court. The defender not able to pull it up. 9
kills in the match for the former Supernova on the other side of the net here this afternoon. There's Reagan Cooper. 2 kills here already in the third for Coop.
Reagan Cooper starting to get hot for Omaha. They need a spark on offense. She's looking to provide that. Going up, taking nice swings, high swings, seam of the block swings between the block, you know, finding a place to get to the floor.
Tip. Good job by Payne. Nunaviller. That's a great up in the back row. Nobody in front of Nunaviller. She had clear net to swing through. Fantastic up to keep it alive. And a rise again. Good job defensively. Push back outside. Cooper right in the middle of the court, almost at the 10-foot line with the kill.
Reagan Cooper does such a nice job of exploding up to that ball, finding a way to find that hole, cuts that ball down sharp. But Elena Ogilvy for Grand Rapids had several digs there. She is kind of a quiet digger. We don't really notice her as much, but she's played some really nice defense this match as well.
Snyder with another swing and a kill. Gomez was there, just couldn't handle.
Serving number 22, Cameron Turner.
Carly Snyder there with a really nice swing. I like the tempo that Cameron Turner's feeding her the ball. Getting it quick out to Carly Snyder gives her more options when she's attacking.
Horde puts it right in the middle of the floor. Caitlin Horde. And that's what the Novas have to do. Get the middles going. It'll open up the offense.
For sure. And any team, if you can get everybody involved, it causes the other team more difficulty blocking. It can make things more effective from everybody else attacking.
And already just 5, 8 points into this third set, and the offense looks so much better here in this third for the Supernovas. And Nunaviller again right down the line with a kill.
The offense looks a lot smoother right now for Omaha. They're finding holes in the block, finding seams, and finding the court. Camila Gomez there had several diving digs where she's laying out on the court, popping the ball up, giving Nati Valentini-Anderson something to work with.
Kill by Kaylee Nelson.
Kaylee Nelson was a little bit quiet for Grand Rapids, but she is a steady presence there. When they need her, she's ready to play. They don't use her quite as often, but she's always ready when they ask her to take a swing.
Serve is long. Caffey back in now for the Supernovas in the front row. Caitlin Horde back to serve. And the service error. 6-all. Bastianelli back in now for the Rise. And back to serve for the Rise, Maren Grote. Well, that wasn't a bad set. How about that? Nuneviller bump set right into the lap for the kill.
That was a wonderful ball for Kelsey Payne. Brooke Nuneviller just chasing it down, trying to keep it in play, but puts a ball up that Kelsey Payne can go up at the net, use her height and her long limbs to her advantage, find a way around the block to the court. That was a great play. For an out-of-system play, that is as perfect as it gets.
Terrific quick run there by Turner. Bastianelli with another kill. Bastianelli played in Italy to start her pro career. Then went to Germany, played for VC Wiesbaden. And now back here in the PVF. So many stories like that, right? They go overseas because that's really the only opportunity when they graduated. And now you're seeing a lot of those players coming back and joining the professional leagues here in the States.
Exactly. It's so awesome to have these opportunities to come back to the U.S. and play professionally here because, like you said, for a lot of these players who in their 3rd or 4th year, there were no other options when they graduated. But now they get to come back and play, and they have an option to play in the U.S.
Briggs Romine, just going back to serve now, think about her career, which started in 2008. She played in Bulgaria, Italy, Azerbaijan, Turkey, China. I mean, just all over the place. And now there's this opportunity here, and she gets to be home.
And it's something I'm sure she is probably trying to convey to the rest of her team, some of the younger girls especially, who don't realize this wasn't normal, and it's such a great opportunity to have.
Another kill there by Snyder, and Grand Rapids regains the lead at 9-8. That went outside the antenna, maybe? Or did it go out?
It hit the scoreboard up top, yes.
Got it.
Which gives you an indication of how much heat these attackers are putting on the ball when they swing.
Kayla Caffey now serves. Hey, a little cup of Caffey for you.
That's nice. Have you been saving that one?
Yeah, I did. I wrote it down here on the side. Said, when she has an ace, say.
Here we see it again. We can see how low that ball passes across the net. That's a hard-driven low ball. That is difficult to pass. Results in an ace for Caffey and a point for the Supernovas.
Short serve. Back row. Block is there. Point for the Novas.
Another great serve by Kayla Caffey. She drove the last one, and it was low and flat. This one she drives, and it's still low, but it drops just over the net for a short ball. She's trying to work those passers back and forth.
Another kill by Snyder. And 11 kills now for Snyder to lead everyone.
Carly Snyder, a big part of the offense for Grand Rapids. Like we talked about earlier, they're going to be outside heavy with numbers. They've been relying on her a lot again today.
Good up by Nuneviller. Cooper off the top of the block, not down. Snyder again, got it. How about that? Carly Snyder.
Carly Snyder taking a really nice swing there, going high off the hand, so it changes the direction of the ball. Camila Gomez was coming into the court reading the direction of the attack, but when it hits the hands and changes directions, Camila Gomez couldn't change directions quick enough to pop that up. It's a nice swing by Carly Snyder going high again.
Good reaction. Nelson with the swing, not down. Ran the middle again that time. Caitlin Horde gets the kill.
Nice movement there on Omaha's side with the offense, mixing it up. They go back row to Kelsey Payne, recycle the ball, get another opportunity, go to Caitlin Horde in the middle. I think middles have the hardest job because they have to be approaching and ready to attack every single ball, and they don't get set as often as outsides in a typical match, but they have to constantly be ready. Caitlin Horde doing a great job there, getting up and being available.
Again, Cooper, that's 4 kills in this set alone.
Reagan Cooper did a really good job there. That set was pretty quick, and somehow she got her feet to the ball so quickly, was able to get to the ball high and swing high and bring it down.
Snyder, no touch. That one is long and point for Omaha.
Kelsey Payne staying disciplined there on her block, just reaching over, not reaching up. Carly Snyder looking for hands and just missing long because she missed hands.
Big block. Horde was there. Partnered up with Cooper, but Horde got the hand on it.
That's the block we know Caitlin Horde for. She's a disciplined blocker. She reaches over and she is all over that ball, resulting in a point for Omaha.
Block again. Good hustle. Off the tape and found the floor by Snyder. 12 kills.
Sometimes it's the luck of the bounce. That ball hits the top of the net, bounces, and the Omaha block can't turn around and find it quickly enough. Sometimes it's the luck of the bounce. You just have to come back and be ready for the next play.
Nunaviller exploded, but the block is there. Nelson teams up with Grote.
Nunaviller running a wider back row attack there, not up the true middle like a Pipe or a White, but a little bit wider, more towards left front, and that allows the right front blocker, Nelson, to come in and help Grote, and the two blockers are all over that ball from Brooke Nunaviller.
Good job by Snyder to keep that alive. Tip. Payne keeps it alive. Other way, Cooper. And tipped over, and Nelson gets the kill. A lot of things going Grand Rapids' way right now.
That ball was a little bit of a strange development on the play, and I don't think anyone on Omaha's side was expecting the tip to come over because it was just a second touch. They get the kill for Grand Rapids.
Back over. Whether it's scrappy or luck, it's working right now for Grand Rapids. There's the kill off the top of the block by Cooper, and she has 4 kills here in the third set, and the Supernovas with a 2-point lead. But you got time out on the floor. 1-1 is the score in sets between the Novas and the Rise. A whole thing going on there. This has kind of been a back and forth set number 3, right? Between two outstanding athletes. Oh, Payne almost got that. Snyder with a big swing. A little tight.
One for Brooke Nuneviller.
Yeah.
Camila Gomez trying to back set that ball on a bump set. But that's just a tough angle, not being able to see the net or where she is, and gets it too tight for Brooke Nuneviller.
Here in this set, Cooper with 6 kills. Snyder for the Rise, 5. It's been a back and forth between those two. And then pitching in is Payne.
Kelsey Payne doing a really nice job there. She turned her body in, but turned her shoulder and her wrist out to hit that ball outside the block. Sneaks it past the block of Paige Briggs-Romine. Great swing. I like it that she sees that and she's turning it around the block, finding different shots, looking for different locations to score points.
Good tempo, a little wide. Tough for Nelson to catch up to. Payne rolls it over. Easy one here for the Rise to handle. Briggs-Romine not down. Here's Nuneviller. Nuneviller got the touch. 8 kills for Brooke Nuneviller.
That was a really nice up by Nati Valentin-Anderson, but Kelsey Payne turning and making a bump set, giving Brooke Nuneviller a ball that's high enough to give her time, even though it was a little tight. She had time to get there. Brooke Nuneviller doing what she does best, finding the block and tooling it off them.
Grote got all of that one. Good timing there between Turner and Grote, who put it away.
That was a great set by Cameron Turner, finding Maren Grote. Maren Grote turning the ball, having one blocker. She's got either angle to hit. She goes back towards left back. Great swing, great turn.
Grote a dominant middle at Washington in the late teens and early 20s. Point there for the Rise as that's wide. You see there, bolt 6 showing it's wide. Did not need bolt 6 to see that that serve was long.
Sometimes it's close and the bolt 6 is great. Sometimes it's far enough. We all know. Everyone in the gym knew.
Bastianelli took a little off it. Tough one for Omaha to handle.
Substitution into the match for the Rise, being number 15, Devin Robinson. Number 11, August Rasky.
August Rasky now into the game for the Rise. Rasky in, and she will set out of the back row. How about that, Kayla Caffey? Another kill. And Omaha first to 20.
Nati Valentin-Anderson gets under that low pass, is able to still set the ball and find Kayla Caffey. I think Kayla Caffey had a really smart shot there, realizing her angle of her body wasn't great to take a big swing, just throws it deep where she knows there's going to be a hole in the court.
Devin Robinson on the slide, knocked down.
Camila Gomez, that defense was incredible.
And Briggs-Romine is just wide on the swing. And now the Supernovas 4 away from going up.
Here you see Camila Gomez again chasing. That ball is right at the net, and she somehow pops it back, keeps it on the Omaha side. Nati chases it down. That's great hustle and effort by the Omaha team.
Nuneviller out of the back. Good tempo, and Cooper with her 7th kill of the set. And a timeout taken by the Rise. Omaha by 4. And now just all-around celebrity.
He's been a good volleyball supporter over the years as well. He came to a lot of Husker volleyball matches and was supporting the team there.
That's right.
Just helping to bring awareness, I think, and energy to women's volleyball and continue to build the momentum for the sport.
4-0 run here for the Novas, up 23-18, 2 away from going up 2-1. Blocked by Kathy. Goes back to Payne. Payne down the line. What a dig. And a sharp shot by Payne. Other way this time. Cooper got the kill.
Reagan Cooper right now is obviously the hot hand for Omaha. I believe that's her 8th kill on, I think, 12 swings in this set alone. She is on fire, but I like it that Nati Valentin Anderson is still using everybody else. Reagan Cooper's not her first option every ball. That has to keep the block and the defense honest. And we saw earlier in that rally, Kelsey Payne hit a great swing, and Elena Ogilvy just flat out dove on the floor and popped it up like it was easy for her. She's playing phenomenal defense.
Just spin on it. Set point. And a point for the Rise.
For Paige Briggs-Roma, and I think that's just a really smart shot. She's got Nati Valentin Anderson blocking, so it's a smaller blocker. Kelsey Payne that time crept up the line, and Paige just takes a little bit off and chops it down the line and finds the sideline.
Serve is long, point for the Novas, and set to the Supernovas. Omaha takes a 2-1 lead. They'll go for the win in set 4 when we come back.
From club or high school courts to championship arenas, Spalding has been the trusted partner of volleyball players for generations. Our team of dedicated professionals isn't just about selling equipment, we're about supporting your journey. Spalding offers a comprehensive range of high-performance systems, nets, and accessories meticulously crafted for every skill level, budget, and playing style. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Spalding's knowledgeable staff will guide you, equip you, and cheer you on every step of the way.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
Well, the supernova in set number 3 was Reagan Cooper.
Reagan Cooper is just on fire offensively. She's playing a good match for Omaha, but she had 8 kills on 12 attempts, 0 errors, 0 got blocked. That is phenomenal for an outside, especially considering some of these swings she's taking are out of system, kind of difficult balls to swing at. She's doing a great job handling it and going after it when she's got great sets.
Out of Rowlett, Texas, played her collegiate volleyball at both Texas Tech and Kansas. She's got Husker blood in her, though. Her dad is Reggie Cooper, former Husker defensive back. Reggie might have been an All-American. If he wasn't, certainly played like it. So here we go in set number 4. Novas lead it 2-1. Along with Nancy Metcalf, I'm Larry Putney. Good to have you with us here on a Sunday afternoon of Supernovas and Professional Volleyball Federation action. Supernovas tops in the league. They come in at 13-5. The tip kill there by Nunaviller. This is the team that the Supernovas beat last year for the championship in the PVF. The Grand Rapids Rise. They had a little run at the end of the year, pulled off a big upset in the semifinals to make it to the championship. And another one, Kayla Caffey on the overpass.
And that's set up again by Caitlin Horde. We talked about her serving. She had 3 aces last match. She's going after the ball and serving tough. Omaha has been going after Carly Snyder the whole match. They're trying to continue taking her out of system for her attacking and hopefully wear her down mentally by serving at her so much.
Point for the Novas. Back row attack was called.
I think Kathy George, I don't know if they can challenge that, but I would, because they're calling back row attack, but Turner wasn't extended, so she wouldn't have been above the level of the net.
I think that's what Spain was calling, is that she was above, the ball was above the net when she attacked. .3-0 run to open up this 4th set. Briggs Romine with the touch. Snyder off the block. She's got 14 kills. That leads the way for the Rise.
And Snyder has been the mainstay right now for Grand Rapids offense. That kill, though, happened because the Omaha block was not over the net. They've got to get over the net on her because she's swinging quick and hard, and you've got to get your hands over in her face before she swings. There have been several plays so far this set already that I think have set the tone. One of the first balls, Snyder tried to tip. Kelsey Payne came across the court because she was on the opposite side. Came across the court, picked up the tip. That is a mental game. Picking up that tip, immediately letting them know, I'm on that. That's not available for you. You have to find something else.
Saw that dangerous jump serve there by Carly Snyder into the net. She had a couple of aces earlier in that set number 3 that they won. Back-to-back aces. Good swing there, and a kill by Nelson from the right pin.
It's a nice swing by Nelson to get the kill for Grand Rapids. Talking about Carly Snyder's serving, in their last match, they won in 5 versus Columbus. She had serving runs and ended up with 6 aces for their team. So Omaha, that's definitely a rotation. They want to get out of that rotation as quickly as possible, because if you let her get going, she can get on a roll.
Blocked by Caffey. What great adjustment by Caffey. Was there a little bit late, but got the hands over and the block.
And that's something Kayla Caffey does really well. Some of these sets can be so fast, it's hard for a middle blocker to close with their feet, but she does a good job of finding a way to get her arms over the net to her outside blocker to close that hole.
Push by Cam Turner. And another kill by Briggs Romine. She's got 11.
And that set is too quick for that block to close, and Paige Briggs Romine does such a good job finding that hole in the block and just hitting through it. Results in a kill for Grand Rapids. Omaha's going to want to get hands in front of those attacks because she can find holes quickly.
2 service errors here already in the 4th for Grand Rapids. There's Kathy George, 2nd season as the coach of the Rise after a long career with Michigan State. Into the block. Snyder was there to keep it alive. Right back to Briggs Romine. And just long by Briggs Romine.
It was nice coverage by Grand Rapids on the first attack, and I think Briggs Romine had a little bit of frustration and trying to mix it up and find something else. Tries to throw it deep, but just misses the court.
Caffey now to serve. And Caffey with her second ace. That's a second cup.
Another cup of milk. You're going to be over-caffeinated.
Oh, very nice.
But Kayla Caffey, seriously, doing such a nice job driving this ball low and flat, coming right after Carly Snyder every time she's serving, trying to take her out of it. That can mentally wear down a player.
Briggs Romine trying to get him back into it. Little energy there. Is it possible to be over-caffeinated?
As a franchisee of Scooter's Coffee, I'm obligated to tell you, no, of course it's not possible.
That was absolutely setting a tee for you. I was hoping you'd hit it out of the park.
Coffee is always good for you.
I love it. Payne into the block. And a point for the Rise. 2 hits called on the Novas.
That was a nice coverage play. Unfortunately, the second contact just got kind of wobbly. But for Omaha, they've got to stick with it. Keep doing what they've been doing that is working.
Into the antenna. That push was a little too far out for Cooper to handle and took it off the edge of the antenna. 3-0 run here for Grand Rapids now after Omaha had led it 8-3.
It's a nice dig by Ogilvy. I like that set better for Cooper. He hangs her a little bit inside the antenna. That gives Cooper room to work either down the line or cross court.
So that will end the 3-0 run. Valentine Anderson back to serve. Tough serve. Snyder from over the shoulder, but the block set up and ready to go on that one.
Great setup by Kelsey Payne. Nice close by Caitlin Horde. They're staying in position, reaching over the net. That's a really tough angle for Carly Snyder, trying to hit that high ball coming from the back of the court. And unfortunately, she can't see the block very well from that angle. Hits right into it. Point for Omaha.
Good push by Valentine Anderson right at Turner. She had a little giggle after she did it. She's like, I got you. I know you were trying to hide, but I found you.
Oh, I love that play because for free balls, typically you want anyone except the setter to take it because the setter wants to set the second ball. And usually the libero will cover 80% of the court on a free ball. And Valentine Anderson says, I know right where you are.
She found her.
You will take this ball. Someone else will have to set.
And after she pushed it to Turner, she just turned and smiled at Turner like, I got you.
Yep.
On the slide. And the kill.
That's that connection right now. Cameron Turner does such a nice job setting that slide. It's a quick tempo to that back pin. Camila Gomez pops it up but comes off the court. And Omaha unable to pursue that.
Omaha's block has been much better here in the fourth. At one point, the Rise led in blocks 9-2. It's now 11-6 as another kill from that left pin. And Payne now has 9 kills.
Kelsey Payne taking a nice high swing between the seam of the blockers there, going deep through the seam. And the defense just can't handle it. But the serve is continuing to pick on Carly Snyder. They have a target. They're going after her very consistently throughout this match.
Snyder now with 15 after that swing. And Payne off the block. She's now, I believe, in double digits in kills. Payne now, I believe that was either 9 or 10. Check the stats. And she now has 10. So Payne in double digits. For the first time this year, Payne has double-digit kills. All right, she has 9. I'm going to blame that one on the stats guy.
Faulty information.
Tried to go down line, no touch, point for the Novas.
That was another quick tempo set to Carly Snyder, and I think it was just a little lower, so it was harder for her to turn that ball and keep it in play. But Kelsey Payne, they're doing a nice job not reaching out for that ball that's going past her, letting it go past and out of bounds.
Good push, Snyder. Dunaviller off the block. Oh, great second touch. Turner so sneaky on that dump with another, I believe it's her third now, dump kill.
And here we can see it again. She shows it so late a lot. Sometimes the setters will show it early and then the defense can read it, but she looks like she's setting the ball until the very last second. So that's really good deceptive move by Cameron Turner.
Yeah. Good receive there. How about that again? Briggs Romine with another kill. She has 12.
This is the rotation we talked about. Carly Snyder can get on a run. She can get in a groove with her serve, and that's very typical of jump servers. The more they go, the more in rhythm they feel. So Omaha looking to get a side out quickly here, get out of this rotation, stop her serving run. That'll do it.
Not how you drew it up, but you get the kill. Just brush it off the block. Timing a little off. Good job by Caffey.
Great job by Kayla Caffey to keep that ball in play. That ball was outside of her hitting attack area, and knowing that she's not in a position to hit, keeping it in play is so smart.
17 for Snyder.
Serving number 8, Maren Rowe.
Three-time All-American at Florida. Dunaviller got the block touch and the kill.
That's just a really nice play by Omaha. Great pass, great tempo set by Nati Valentin Anderson. Brooke Dunaviller going high hands. You could hear the touches from here. There's no question about that touch.
Point, Grand Rapids.
Those plays make a coach want to scream.
Yep.
Those are really tough to stomach. As a team, you've got so much talent, but there has to be communication and decisive action.
Good job to keep that one alive. Good communication there, sent back over. Bastianelli slaps at it. Ooh, that's not a slap. Cooper pounds that to the floor.
That's a great set by Nati Valentin Anderson, recognizing Brooke Dunaviller is one-on-one. The middle is moving back because Kayla Caffey's going behind. That leaves Reagan Cooper one-on-one with a shorter blocking setter. That's always going to be an advantage to Reagan Cooper.
16-13 lead. Novas in the fourth. There's just celebrities all over the place here tonight. I'm sitting next to one, and former Olympian Nancy Metcalf.
Right.
You can't play in the Olympics and then not say you're a celebrity. I'm sorry. That's just the way it goes. Silver medal in, was it Beijing? No. Where was it?
I was in Athens. 2004.
Oh, 4. I was trying to help you out there.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And you won a national championship at Nebraska?
2000, yeah.
Right. It was bittersweet for you because it was the year that you decided to take a break and redshirt.
Yes, it was. It was a very unique experience to be a part of something so exciting but not fully be a part of it.
I'm sure all of your teammates told you and would tell you that if not for you in practice and challenging that, right?
Well, that's how Coach Cook laid it out for me when we talked about it. He said, we want you to be on essentially the practice side, and you need to challenge them.
Yeah.
So it was kind of fun because we got to just tee it up on the practice side.
Yeah. We talk about a lot of these, the ladies on the floor now who had to go international. You had to do the same thing.
I did.
When you wanted to play. So I know you played in multiple places overseas. What were the highlights of your career overseas?
Some favorite places to play were probably Puerto Rico, where Nati is from.
Yeah.
Their culture is just so welcoming. And Brazil has to be one of my favorites. Same reason. Their culture is welcoming. The volleyball level is so high there. My better spoke English, which helps a ton. And then Japan was my last season. And it ended up being one of my favorite experiences. I played for the coach that I had played for in the Olympics, Coach Toshi. And so it was a really unique connection that way, too.
That is the 10th kill, and the first time this year that Kelsey Payne has reached double digits in kills, and gives the Supernovas back the lead after a 2-0 run out of that timeout. Oh, good job by Horde to be aware. Turner in the front row. Could take a swing.
That's just really good recognition by Caitlin Horde. She knows I'm not going to get a stuff block, but if I can just touch it, my team can play this ball. Really good recognition and movement by her.
Good kill there. Another one by Snyder. She's at 18 kills in the match. Great timing on the set from Valentine Anderson to Caitlin Horde.
Great set to Caitlin Horde. Great job by Caitlin Horde getting up, turning the ball, seeing a block, turning around it. And again, that's a tough ball for Paige Briggs-Romine to dig because it's coming from behind the block, around the block, and then back towards her across her body.
Lindsay Krause into the game now to serve for the Supernovas. There it is again.
Cameron Turner's been really active offensively as a setter, and she's been really successful with it. Omaha has had a hard time reading that. It's a smart play by Cameron Turner. I'd like to see, Kayla Caffey was the middle that time for a while. I'd like to see the middle just put their hands up and set that ball.
Macro attack. Touch above the net on just a really tough serve to handle by Carly Snyder. And Snyder back to serve again, and we are now knotted at 19. Great pass. On target. Needed to terminate there. Off the block in the head and over. And then the kill again, Briggs-Romine.
The first ball there, Paige Briggs-Romine goes after. She swings hard after. The second ball, she took a little bit off. It wasn't a roll shot by any means, but she was not powering that ball. And it kind of just pops the ball through, but it gets to the defense quickly.
And again, the timing off a bit, but the timing being off for Caffey also made the timing off for the defender, who took that a little high on a slower, ball.
That was kind of an out of sorts type of play. Kayla Caffey, the timing not off, she just throws it down towards the other side, and that ends up coming in high at Cameron Turner. It's a difficult ball to dig.
Good touch. Here's Nunaviller. And Nunaviller pulled inside, takes the sharp angle and gets a kill.
Great swing by Brooke Nunaviller there, seeing the sharp cross-court angle and finding it inside the block. Camila Gomez setting her up on a bump set, but Brooke Nunaviller terminating cross-court. Nati Valentin-Anderson started that by touching the ball on a really high block touch and then coming over and playing the ball for the first contact, which made the Omaha offense ready to run.
Rise had taken the lead at 2019, and now back-to-back points from the Supernovas, and they are 4 away from the match, and that will force Kathy George to take a timeout. Hey, I want to remind you we have more Supernovas volleyball coming up next Saturday at 6 o'clock from right here in Omaha. The Valkyries, who are currently #2 in the standings, come here to Omaha for a very important battle with the Supernovas as the end of the season draws near, and top 4 so important to make the finals.
It is, and at this point of the season, all these matches start counting because teams start setting themselves further and further apart. And so for Omaha, they're really fighting right now to set themselves far enough apart they can't be knocked out, essentially. But for a team like Grand Rapids, they're fighting to keep themselves in it as well. I think Orlando is quite the turnaround story. Last season, they didn't have a great season, and this year they've been playing really well. They're second in the standings. So they've turned it around down in Orlando, and they're going to look to knock off Omaha because they're trying to take over the #1 spot.
So here we are out of the timeout. We'll see who comes out with the energy here. Nova's up by 1, 21-20. Back row, Snyder with the roll. Pushed outside. Nunaviller wants it into the block. Sit back over. Nice job to keep that up. Snyder again, back row, got the kill, and we're even at 21.
That was a really nice hit by Carly Snyder, going up high, seeing where the block is and turning it. Nati Valentin-Anderson, that ball to Brooke Nunaviller, she was from deep in the court and she used her hands and shoved it. That was a really nice set by Valentin-Anderson.
Nunaviller off the block again. Goes the other way, Payne. And Payne off the side of the block.
And I'm not sure I believe that was on purpose, but Maren Grote, the middle blocker, was playing defense down the left back line. That pays off because I think if it's Elena Ogilvie, she picks that ball up. But that ball from Kelsey Payne was not picked up, and I think it's because it was Maren Grote, not Elena Ogilvie.
11 kills now for Payne. Bastianelli is set just a little too low for her to get on it.
That hasn't happened much today.
No.
That time Cameron Turner missets Ali Bastianelli. They've had a really good connection so far today, but that ball too low and coming from behind her shoulder, Ali Bastianelli didn't have anything to do with it.
2 away. Tough serve by Nunaviller. Turner has to chase it down. Doesn't get a great set off. They recycle. Big opportunity here. On the angle, good dig by Briggs Romine. Angle, got it! What a shot by Coop!
That was an insane angle shot by Reagan Cooper. From where we were setting, I could see the ball outside the block, and she still chose to go back inside the block and hit the court sharp cross court. That's a phenomenal shot. Here we can see it again. Sharp cross court, 8 foot probably off the net. She gets up and she's got a huge smile. She knows.
And there's the look from Bolt 6, well inside. And a big, big point for the Novas.
That's a huge point, even just for momentum, because at the time it was 21-23. If they lose that, it's a 1-point game. It's 23-22. Winning that gives them a 3-point cushion with match point.
Upcoming for the Novas and the fans on their feet here in Omaha. Another outstanding PVF crowd for the Supernovas. Nunaviller will serve for it. Good dig by Payne, pushed outside. Cooper into the block.
It's a really nice up by Kelsey Payne on defense there, but great block move by Grand Rapids to close that out on Reagan Cooper.
Second match point upcoming. August Rasky into serve. Pushed outside. Cooper off the block. Turner outside. Good dig. Another opportunity. Back row. Payne! The house of Payne tonight. 12 kills for Kelsey, and the Supernovas stay on top of the PVF.
It's the Omaha Supernovas over the Grand Rapids Rise. 3 sets to 1.
Career high in kills for Kelsey Payne. Cooper finishes with 14, Nunaville 11. Good balanced attack for the top team in the Professional Volleyball Federation. The Omaha Supernovas take down the Rise in 4. All-around great performance.
It was. I thought it was a really balanced offensive attack. I liked how they kept moving it around, kept using different players. All throughout the match, I think we saw different players kind of come on fire for little spurts, and they would go to somebody for a while. Then when that player would get cool, someone else would get hot. I really like how Nati Valentin Anderson, when she's setting Kelsey Payne, she leads her and makes it a quicker set. That allows, I think, Kelsey Payne to use her athletic ability and her explosiveness and makes her much more effective. To celebrate it.
Yep.
Let's send it down to Anna, who's courtside with tonight's One Tough Player of the Match presented by Top Cat of Omaha.
Joined now by according to Coach Bird. Talk about how that translated to this match for you.
Oh, that's so nice of her. Yeah, I feel like this week I really just focused on being aggressive, trusting my arm and trusting my teammates to give me good balls. I know they'll be covering me, so it makes it a lot easier to get up and swing when I know that I have people behind me.
Kelsey, you're one of the more experienced players on this team. How are you trying to use that to lead your team and some of the younger players to help them stay when things maybe aren't going quite the way you guys want to?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is just to stay calm and be confident in our training, like I said. So I think for playing for so many years, you've kind of been through the ups and the downs and the down by 5, up by 5. So just kind of keeping an even keel composure, I think is the best thing I can do to help my team.
First time you've been in double-digit kills on the year. You finished tonight with 12. What was it like to do it in front of your former coach?
Oh, I just love him, and I'm so happy that he was able to make it out to see me play. And yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It was a great game, and I'm really happy with how we played today.
Congrats. Nice job.
Thank you so much.
Kelsey Payne leading the way tonight for the Supernovas, who pick up the win. They move to 14-5 on the year and stay atop the Professional Volleyball Federation. Making her way over to the camera is the coach of the Supernovas, Coach Bird. Maybe not your best stuff all afternoon, but when you needed it, you had it.
Yeah. I mean, that second set, was it the second set? Who knows? Yeah, we need to stay in attack mode, and that's what the message was during the break. We can't, they're one of the best, they are the best blocking team in the conference, in the league, so we need to keep attacking. Still in there, still anger in there.
I was impressed with how your team came back and put their foot back on the gas pedal after losing that second set. When you guys have moments like that, who are the leaders on the court that are making sure that team stays focused and stays driven?
I mean, obviously Nati and Brooke kind of set that tone, but I think it's everybody in general. I mean, everyone has that same message, and We just know we have to stay in attack mode. I mean, the way that we attack sets the tone for ourselves. I mean, they thrive off of each other, and we need to just stay in that mode.
You said Kelsey had a great week of practice. Her first match with double-digit kills. She was terrific tonight. What did you see that you saw in practice from her?
I mean, when she sets her mind that she's going to attack, but she needs to stay in it. That second set, I don't think anybody. I mean, when we start tipping and rolling and not being aggressive, it changes our dynamic. So I was proud of her. They got themselves, all of them got themselves back in a rhythm. Coop was struggling those first 2 sets, but we got back into it, and I'm proud of them for the response after the break.
What do you think about the second set? I'm kidding.
You don't want to know. It's in there, guys. It's still in there.
We hear that. Hey, Bert, congrats on the win. Congrats on staying on top of the league.
Thank you.
Supernovas a winner tonight. They knock off the Rise at home. It was a fun one. It was a fun one.
It was a fun one. And I think part of what made it fun is that it was kind of up and down. Teams, when you're crushing a team, everything feels good and everybody's happy. But it's really fun to see teams that are able to come back when things aren't going well and they find a way to get back in it, find a way to make things work again. And we saw that on the Supernovas side tonight. They had different people at different times that were feeling it. Then maybe they weren't feeling it a little bit later, and they found a way as a team to stay together and keep their composure and keep fighting.
Yep, it was a fun one here tonight as the Supernovas win it, and they remain on top of the Professional Volleyball Federation. For Nancy Metcalf, for our producer Kylie Ostendorf, I'm Larry Putney. For Scott Rosh, who's punching the buttons this afternoon. We appreciate you joining us. We'll see you next time back here with Novas Volleyball on Nebraska Public Media.